Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite. And just continuing Gil's route. I didn't play yesterday, so I don't remember. Did his brother just come to visit, and we realized they're both real freaking idiots? Anyway. That was surprising. Sorry about that, Spacey. I didn't think Galen would come all the way here. It's all right. I'm glad I got the chance to meet your brother. It was nice to learn more about you. Oh, yeah. Gil scratches his cheek in a sheepish way. We sat next to each other on the sofa and naturally picked up our conversation again. I just didn't think it was necessary to talk about leaving home. It's not like something I felt a lot about. What about you? What about me? Well, it's just that I ran away because I wanted to find love for myself. I couldn't tell anyone about that. Really? Well, I think that's a perfect reason. Honestly, I also ran away from home so that I could pursue matchmaking. Of course, if I said that, Gil might think I'm a bit of an oddball, so I'll just keep quiet. You really are. Oh, I've been wondering since you said it, but your old butler was your playmate? I circled back to something I missed out on asking earlier. Gil just stared at me blankly. Yeah, it's true. When I was a child, the butler and maids played with me. Kind of felt bad for him. The maids showed me lots of romantic movies back then, and that's what made me want to work as a part-timer at the theater. Maids and a butler. Wow, Gil really is an heir. Just doesn't you don't have to be an heir, he got money. He had no money to his name, but unlike other self-supporting students, never seemed to be worried. I never would have thought that Gil was the son of the president of LCI. I mean, I didn't see it coming either. You're just like me. My auntie also showed me lots of movies. That's why I like them. Oh, really? That's adorable. It's like, oh, that's awesome. It's like, that's adorable. I watched movies. That's adorable. I have to go pee. That's adorable. Okay, Gil, that's a little weird. When I started reading car magazines, there was a person with the alias Golden Apple, and they wrote about movies with cars in them. It's got to be someone we know. And they would write about how exciting chase scenes were. And for classic movies, they'd recommend them by their rare car models. And because of that, I got interested in writing. Eventually, I started jotting down my own ideas. It only grew from there. Oh, wow. Naturally, Gil was referring to Carcraft Road. Gil must really love cars. Learning about his feelings and the reason behind his worries made me feel a little happier. What is your problem? What are you freaking out about? What? You made your freaky little... There's no bugs, right? No, I don't know what you're doing. What? What? You doing that made you weird, like, noise. You know I don't like it when you do that. It freaks me out. I just feel like when I turn around, there's going to be something like creepy crawling, like, what are you doing? Why are you being weird? And now he's just staring at me like, why are you being weird, lady? Hi, bird. He does it sometimes in the kitchen, and he looks up at the ceiling. I'm like, what? Ah! Like there's a bug in it, but it's not. It's like he must hear like the heating ducts or something. Like, here's the mice scampering through the roof. Who knows? But it's like, or like the light fixture must make noise. Something, because he's always like looking at the light like he can hear shit. Oh, it's fucking weird. So, and sometimes I feel like he just makes that noise just to freak me out. Anyway. Gil must really love cars. Learning about his feelings and the reason behind his worries made me feel a little happier. I think we read that. I want to know more about him. I leaned over to gaze directly into Gil's eyes. I was wondering about that personal workshop of yours. Do you mind if I ask more about that? Huh? I don't mind. But are you sure it'll be interesting to hear about? Well, I asked, so I think it's interesting. So what kind of place is his workshop? I ask out of pure curiosity. Gil's eyes go wide with shock and awe. He then turns away. Yeah, it's more like your typical workshop. There's parts, wrenches, bolts, stuff like that. Look, he looks all like He's got his little, like, blush. It's not an awkward blush. It's like, it's got wrenches and bolts. He's trying to sexify bolts. I learned how to build cars from scratch from the senior workers at our factory. And my dream was to make the perfect car. I wanted the kind of cool car that appeared in movies, the kind that adults think is silly, but I never finished it. Aw. Gil leans his elbows into his knees and looks out into the distance. Sometimes I still think about completing it. Even though I hide it, I still really love cars. My brother decided to face his problems head on. Now I have to stop running away from my own. After all, I'm always running away from my dream. And my love. As he stares at us. Huh, you mean like Claire? Oh wait, no, it's us. She's like, wonder what that is. I feel so stupid. I never have an opinion of my own. I only became a freelancer because of what you said. What? Because of me? I was a bit surprised and pushed further. Gil quickly tried to change the subject. Sorry, it's nothing. Gil looked like he'd made a mistake, but I pressed harder. Gil, what do you mean by that? What did I say to you? Well, I happened to eavesdrop on you and Clarice one time. You said that you wanted to be together with your partner for as long as possible. That's why I... Gil stopped speaking after that. I was trying my hardest to remember what conversation he meant. To be together with my partner? Did I say that? I thought that was Clarice. The voice changing app said, I mean, when did I say that? Then it hit me. Oh my god, that was when we were playing around with that voice changing app. Voice changing app? Yeah. Clarice told me about this app that got popular at Cutie's Diner. We were playing around with it. And that was so neat. I didn't think there'd be an app where you exchange voices. It's fun, isn't it? It's all the rage at Cutie's Diner. Clarice's voice was switched with mine. Mine was switched to sound like hers. Think of all the pranks we can play with this. Literally, one that you just played on Gil, and he now has changed his entire life trajectory based on this. That's funny. It's perfect for teasing flirty customers. I can't wait to use it against them. It's true that we were talking about romance and love, only we were using the voice changing app. I wanted to be with someone who works hard. Clarice wants to be with someone as often as possible. Gil must have overheard us. Then he mistook Clarice's words for mine and thought I was saying that I wanted to be with my partner as often as possible. Yeah, we get that. Like, this is the third time we've gotten, like, we figured it out when we saw the original scene, and then, like, and then now she's like, we got it. What? That's why he chose to become a freelancer? I felt my heart stop. If that's the case, then Gil's life changed because of me, even though the truth is different. Gil, don't tell me you became a freelancer because of that conversation. I mean, she's gonna feel guilty about this, like, oh my god, I feel so guilty, but it's like, but Gil's the fucking moron who revolved his entire life around another and this is not like you're a partner with someone and you, like, you know, they have a career, they move, and then you have to move with them, and you, like, it's not like that. This is, we were never in agreement of dating anything. You were just like, I'm falling and obsessed with you. I'm gonna do whatever I can to be always with you, despite the fact that 6 years later, we're still not dating. I'm just saying, Gil's a little fucking pathetic for doing this, so we should not feel guilty that Gil is that pathetic. Okay? Sorry. Look, I don't hate Gil, but he's a little bit of a sad sack. Come on. No. Well, maybe, but not really. I just misunderstood and charged ahead without thinking. This isn't your fault. No, I know it's not my fault, Gil. I know. I've always wanted to avoid long working hours so that I can dedicate myself to the person I like. He scratches his cheek while wearing a melancholy smile. I heard him call himself pitiful under his breath. I mean, he's not wrong. And back then, I didn't have a purpose. And that's why I ran away to find love. I chose my path because I wanted to care for you. He's basically admitting his feelings now. Are we going to pretend that we don't know? Still, I didn't feel independent. I didn't have a dream to even give up on. I feel disgusted with myself for realizing that so recently. In the end, I was always running away from something. I was never running toward anything. But I actually did have a dream I want to run toward. Thanks to talking with you, I remembered it. With me? Yes, you. On the phone the other day. You remarked that you like people who follow their dreams. Yeah, and now you're gonna do exactly what I want. I mean, it's better in this case, but still weird. It's true that I said that on our call. Gil had asked me who I found attractive, and I said someone who follows their dreams. My words are motivating Gil once again. I mean, because he wants you to love him. Which, I mean, we're in his path, but it's kind of sad in the rest of the game where, like, you could just imagine him calling, what kind of guy do you like? Someone who follows their dreams. I'm gonna go follow my dreams then! I mean, that's a good thing for you to do, but if I was, like, a bodybuilder, he's like, alright, time to get buff, I guess. Like, Gil, you're gonna break your arms. Stop it. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden, 2 years later, you're dating fucking Shelby, and here comes fucking Buff Gil. Like, Gil, stop. Like, what are you doing? Stop it! This poor man, he's so sad. Ugh. But I wonder why I feel more happiness than guilt this time. Gil's love of cars isn't something that happened because of me. Instead, it's a childhood dream. I mean, yes, in any case, we've pushed him to do what he wants to do, and we're leading him into the path of actually being a normal human being who does things that make him happy instead of being like, well, I'll just give up everything to pine after you. Like, but at the same time, it's like he wouldn't have followed his dream until we told him, I like someone who follows their dream, and now that's the only reason he's doing it. Like, we're doing the right thing for very pathetic reasons, Gil. Like, I don't hate Gil, but it doesn't make him, oh, Gil. It's like, oh, Gil. Oh, sweetie, come on. I don't know. Anyway. I did say that. I said the same when Clarice and I were using the voice changing app, and on our phone call, too. So, what I thought were Clarice's words were actually yours. You've actually always liked someone who's a go-getter. I've never been a go-getter. You'll never love me. You probably not. Like, yeah, seeing someone push themselves and give it their all is encouraging to me. I understand. Gil looks at me with a passionate gaze. His eyes glow with the depth of his love. He only has eyes for me. I feel more like that she's like in Shelby's right, it kind of just felt natural that we were kind of falling for him. We were faking being his wife, and we're like, kind of falling for him. I really enjoy it. Like, it just kind of seemed natural. And this is like, oh, Gil's in love with me. Are we going to date him now? Like, I don't feel like she's had a few moments where she's been like, oh, I called Gil and I feel this weird feeling. Like, it's kind of maybe there, but like not really enough. And then all of a sudden we're just going to be in love with, like, I don't know if I like the way it's working out in this one so far. I feel like we're so far in, and now instead of it being like, oh my god, he's got feelings for me, that makes me, because I've been thinking that I felt it's just, it doesn't feel like she has feelings for him. It's like she's just going to date him because he's got feelings for her, and she's like, I guess I got nothing better to do. Like, you know, it's weird. Love can affect people deeply. Even the gods can feel it too. I know that, but somehow I can't stop talking with Gil. Gil took his dreams seriously because of my words. Even so, I'm still so happy that Gil's chasing after them. Gil, your dream is to write articles for Carcraft Road, yeah? Yeah. You've loved reading it since you were a child, right? Yep, that's why I'm working on getting hired to their publisher. Really? My eyes lit up with joy. Gil nodded bashfully in response. Yeah, I hear the company has long hours, so I might not be able to do much housework, but I think that's okay. In order for him to focus on his dream, I think about dividing up housework. We're supposed to make a save here. Technically it's save 4, but we're going to save it here because we didn't do a save 2 because save 2 is common route. Think about dividing up housework. Ouch. Support him fully. That tells him that you kind of like him, I guess. I mean, I mean, she had, like I said, she did have moments where she's like, huh, what's this feeling? I don't know. But I just feel like maybe it's because she knows now that Gil's like obsessed with her that it's not gonna, I don't feel like it's gonna be a natural kind of, it's almost gonna feel more like, oh, I guess maybe I'm falling for him because he's in love with me. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about where we are right now in this route. Like, if they had done it a little bit more, or maybe they were before she really realized that he was in love with her and she was like, I kind of like him, and like maybe Clarice is right. I kind of hope it is me because I think I might like him. And then Clarice was like, duh, idiot. And then you're like, oh fuck. It'd feel better. But now she's like, I know he's in love with me, and ha ha ha. She hasn't quite even gotten to the do I like him yet? Where she's even considering it. She's more like, oh. And it just, I don't know. Like, I feel sad about that, I guess. I just feel sad that it's at that, like, okay, Gil, like, and maybe it's like, it'll develop as we go, but I just almost feel like she's conned into it. Like, she's going to fall for Gil because she's like, well, he likes me, so, all right, I'll just pretend I don't know and hang out with him, and then I'll just let it happen, even though, like, and sure, in the game, it's going to be like, oh no, she's totally, absolutely is like your soulmate type of a thing. But, I don't know. I just feel a little iffy about it right now. Of course, I got your back. You remember when we talked before dinner? I was going to suggest helping with the housework. Huh? Really? Yeah, during our call, you said you were working hard to get hired at Carcraft Road. But you're having trouble because you're so busy with all the housework. I realized that during lunch today. I want to support your dreams, so we'll handle the housework. Let me help you, Gil. Spacey, thank you. Honestly, that makes me so happy. This is so embarrassing. And it's like we're supposed to be budding love and he's just getting more upset. You know what I mean? But it just, I don't know. When you say that, I feel like I can chase my dreams and finally be with the one in my heart. I'll do my best to get a job with Outroad. Gil looks at me with a calm, clear expression. He's not looking at me. Rather, he's visualizing his dream. When I realized that, I felt elated. I mean, this is not, like, everything that's like, no, I'll support him, and that's what she should do. You know what I mean? Like, he's your friend, even if you're not. And, like, yeah, maybe she's kind of, like, chasing after dreams. Maybe she's like, yeah, I kind of made up feelings. But again, I just feel like it's weird because she knows, like, Gil's obsessed and in love with me. And she's just... And it's not like he's like, look, I'm just going to tell you I'm obsessed and I'm in love with you and blah, blah, blah. And, like, you're like, oh, yeah, I know. Well, maybe we should try going out sometime. Like, it's not even like that. It's just, let's just pretend I don't know. And then, it's just weird. It's just, I don't know. Anyway. A few days after Gil started his job hunt, it seems like he's already achieved his goal. He concentrated, worked hard, and was instantly hired at Outroad. Well, good for him. Congratulations, Gil! Thanks. Came out weird. After hearing Gil's news, I hurriedly prepared a celebration party. Gil picked off the party cracker streamers from his hair and smiled bashfully. I didn't think you'd celebrate with me so soon. You know what kind of celebration I really want? You're not getting it, Gil. Jesus, simmer down. Are you kidding? After hearing your good news, of course I would. I prepared the crab cakes all by myself this time. I brought over the food from the kitchen. Gil's eyes lit up. They probably taste horrible, but whatevs. Wow, amazing. And this is great. Thank you. Thanks in return. Now let's eat. As usual, Clarice is out and about. That means it's just the two of us for dinner. Clarice is like a cat. She just like freaking like is like, all right, psh, turns into a cat form and jumps out the window. I think she was being considerate of Gil and I. But even with time and space, I still haven't fully organized my feelings yet. Yeah, because, like, I don't get the feeling that so far in this part that we are, like, totally have feelings for Gil. I mean, like, maybe we were thinking, maybe somewhere something was budding, but it just wasn't Now we're just like, was I? And now you're confused because you're in that, like, I know he's in love with me, and then are my feelings real? Or do I just feel like I guess I could go, I don't know. It just makes me feel weird. I'd hoped Clarice would join our celebration. I sent her a message, but she replied with a coy, "Two's company, but three's a crowd. Enjoy your time alone." Enjoy your alone time, sorry. I've been feeling more nervous when we're alone together. I wish Clarice had come home tonight. But Clarice already made her decision. I gave up and decided to celebrate with just Gil and I. Yeah, Clarice is like, get it on, girl. I left a huge pile of condoms in your room. Well, let's dig in. Yep, eat your fill. There was a feast lining the table. There's crab cakes, fresh salad, and hot soup. All of it was made by yours truly. Clarice and I take turns cooking dinner, so it's not the first time I've had someone eat my cooking. Still, this time has me feeling nervous. I know that this is Gil's favorite food. I feel even more nervous about his opinion of my cooking. I gulp as Gil takes a bite of crab cake. He chews on it and suddenly gasps. This is delicious. It would have been so funny if he was like, oh my god, this is so horrible. Really? Honestly, this is one of the best crab cakes I've ever eaten. It could probably be literally terrible, but we made it for Gil, so he's probably thinks it's the best thing he's ever tasted. He looks at me with a bright, honest smile. He continues to devour the crab cake because it was made with love, so of course it tastes good. Thank goodness. I'm so relieved that he likes it. All of my tension fades away. Finally, I start eating too. The flavor's pretty average. I don't know what Gil was so impressed with, because you made it! That's what he was impressed with. But at least my crab cakes weren't a total failure. What a relief. So, you're starting an outroad tomorrow? Yeah, they're short-staffed right now, so they wanted me to start immediately. That's great! I'm so happy for you, Gil. You really got hired at your dream job. Gil smiles gently. It's the kind of smile that comes from the heart. I really am so happy. Thanks to being more honest with myself. And truth be told, I was having a lot of trouble writing my sample for Outroad. That's why I didn't feel any courage. But when my brother came and you talked to us, I decided to give it an honest try anyway and just share my love for cars. It's all thanks to your encouragement that I got hired at Outroad. That's not true. You got hired because you worked hard and are worth it, Gil. But even after figuring things out, you still didn't change how you think of me. And that's why I realized my worries were so small. And because of you, I could rediscover my past love of cars. And thank you. Gil, I can hear the sound of my heartbeat in my ears. It's beating harder and faster than ever before. I still don't understand why exactly that is. Okay, see, at least now she's like, oh, okay, so she does have some kind of feelings. Like he talks to her, she's like, oh, I have some kind of feeling. She just doesn't know what it is. Okay, I feel a little bit better. It's been a while since she's had this, like, oh, aside from, like, I'm just nervous when Clarice isn't here. Because that's not like, oh, I'm nervous because, like, we're alone together and I don't know how to act. It's kind of almost comes across like, I'm nervous because I know he's in love with me and this is going to be awkward. You know what I mean? But, okay, so maybe the love thing, all right, okay. It was just, I needed more of this in there with her being like, oh, why am I blushing? Like, I felt happy. That joy made my heart leap. Naturally, that made me smile. I see. I'm glad to be able to support your dream. I've always got your back. I won't mess up the laundry this time. You can trust me to take care of everything, underwear included. No, I'll take care of my underwear. There's so many innuendos in that statement, and just things that you could say in relation to that statement. I'm just gonna let it go. You have fun with that. Oh, I don't mind. I won't even mistake it for a lunch meat this time. That's not what I meant. Gil blushed furiously and glared at me. It's a different expression than usual, almost like he's actually upset at me. I'll take care of my own underwear, though I might have to ask for your help with my other laundry sometimes. You can count on me. After all, teamwork makes the dream work. I, for some reason, hadn't seen the whole line, but I was like, teamwork! And I was like, and then I knew exactly where it was going, and I was like, please don't. And I was like, no, here we are. Oh, cliches. He's like, the fuck? Gil's mouth remained open for some reason as he stared at me. Suddenly, he looked down at the crab cakes and practically inhaled them. So, and that's what it means to support one another. I feel like I never understood that until this very moment. He mumbled to himself while devouring crab cakes. The speed and amount he ate was completely different from Claris's appetite. Gil, there's still plenty of crab cakes. Do you want some more? Load me up. He ate so many, yet he's still hungry. That's crabtastic! Girl. Turning into a dad. I realized that Gil truly was a man after all. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh! No. I went into the kitchen to get another portion for Gil. And then, from the next day, I started to see Gil less and less frequently. She's gonna be like, I miss him. I'm home! Gil isn't here again. However, there was someone else to welcome me back. Hey, you're back. I'm already eating. Oh, Claris, you're home today. I sure am. Gil called me and said that he's worried about you being alone. He basically ordered me to come home for you. Oh, I see. Despite his hectic schedule, Gil still has time to be overly protective of me, which is annoying, but, it's kind of cute at the same time. He's like, hey, you haven't hung out with your friend in a while, why don't you go home? But, Gil, sometimes being alone is nice. I walked to the fridge to get something so I could eat with Claris. I opened the door and was shocked to find lots of prepared meals. Did you do this, Claris? No way! You already know who did. And check it out! Gil made a bunch of food. That's what we were talking about, Claris. But Gil's already so busy. My heart aches at the thought of all his effort. I decided to support him, but no matter what, he's still taking care of me. I felt so pitiful and mortified at the same time. But Gil's not around for me to apologize to or thank. And see, it's this. He's like, okay, he's busy, and instead of us helping him, he's like, he's still doing all this. And it's like, God damn it, Gil. And then this, I feel pitiful and mortified and pathetic, and it's like, that's not what you want in a relationship. Like, don't make me feel pathetic, Gil. Like, it's not like, oh, I made a bunch of meals because I went to work late, so I meal prep because I know you work late, or, you go to work early and by the time you come home, there's a bunch of meals because I had time to do it before I go to work at the night shift. You know what I mean? And then he could have made you, you could do the same thing for him sometimes. You know what I mean? But it's just, he's constantly doing that, but that's his love language, is just being obsessive over the top. And then us is just, he makes me feel pathetic. And then it's like, I think I just hate how they make, she's feeling so pitiful and mortified and just upset because she can't do anything, and then he's still being obsessive, and it's like, this isn't gonna end well. I mean, sure, it's gonna end happy and wonderful, but it's still gonna be like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I wanna, if she was like, oh man, that's so cute, I really gotta find a way to, do something really nice for him because he's working so hard on his dream and still making all this food prep, but instead she feels so pitiful and mortified. That's, I just don't like that he's making us feel that way. He's trying to be nice, but, the game didn't have to go this direction with it, I don't know. I see. Well, I guess I'll have some of this then. I'll go message him and express my gratitude for the meal I plan to eat. I warmed up the food and went to the dinner table to eat with Claris. Dinner time! I started eating the food that Gil prepared for us. I recognized Gil's distinct style of seasoning immediately. Of course, his cooking is delicious, as it always is. Yet because he wasn't at the dinner table, I felt sad. Okay, this is, understandable. It's like, oh, I miss him. Later that night, I was playing with my phone in my room when I heard Gil come back. Oh, he's home. It's been a while since he came back while I was still up. Outroad is known for its long working hours. Gil must be working so hard every day. The desire to see Gil's face feels strong inside me. I got out of bed and headed to the living room. I made sure I didn't wake Claris up by opening the door slowly. Gil was just getting out of the bathroom. Welcome home, Gil. Oh, sorry. Did I wake you up? No, I was still awake. I pretended that everything is fine as I smile. Gil was wiping his hair dry with a towel as he changed. Then he picked up his work badge. Sorry, but I'm heading back out. Wait, you're going back? Yeah, I only came home to get some stuff and take a shower. I see. So, is work fun? It's so much fun. And finally, I get to put my love for cars in writing. And then she's like, I made a monster because he would have been around for me, and now you're not here for me at all. But it's like so funny because in Shelby's route, he was never around, and you were like, okay, that's just the way he is. She did feel a little bit sad. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure in Shelby's route, it was still like, oh, you're never home for your fake wife, Shelby, and we need to like fix you of that. And like, you know what I mean? But like, so she kind of like broke him down a little bit and like made him a little more of a doting husband. And now we're like, Gil, you should chase your dream, but I miss you now. We created a monster. We basically turned Gil into Shelby. That's wonderful, Gil. Yeah, well, good night. Hey, at least he's happy at his job and not like, I hate this job. I wanted to love it. It was my dream, but I'm miserable. So, Gil gave me a calm smile and wave before leaving the apartment. Plus, he gets away from us because he's in love with us and he doesn't know that we're starting to fall for him. Okay. I kind of see the way they twisted it a little now. I'm like, all right. Now he's gonna be like obsessed with his job and trying to like kind of just focus on that for now, and then we're gonna realize we're in love with him, and then it's gonna be okay. It's not like he's around still obsessing over us. You know what I mean? So cool. All right. Okay. After the door shut, I stay in the living room for a while. I still didn't understand what emotion I was feeling. Sadness. Longing. These days, Gil and I seem to cross paths less and less frequently. That's what I wanted for Gil. I wanted him to follow his dreams, no matter what. And it would have been a lot easier if you were in love with someone else. Finally, the man who's always been thinking of me is starting to live for himself. I should be happy for him. I am happy. But my feelings are like weights getting heavier day by day. That day, Gil came back at 2 in the morning. Oh, Gil's back. I was already in bed, so I didn't get up to say hello. He'd feel bad and might think he woke me up if I got up. Gil would probably take it to heart. I haven't seen his face in a while. Feel a bit lonesome. I sit up in bed thinking about how to welcome him home. He just comes into your room. But then I thought I heard him put on his shoes and leave again. Oh, he was only dropping in to get something. Chi! Half asleep, Chi wandered out from under the sheets. I hugged Chi and patted his back as my thoughts drifted to Gil. Aww. Aww. That's kind of a sad CG. She's just holding Chi looking sad and he's off at his job, probably. Aww. Gil, I wonder how he's doing these days. We live under the same roof in the same house, yet I have no idea what he's up to. The last time I saw him was a week ago. I wonder what he's thinking about. I wonder how he spends his days. Even those ordinary things interest me. Speaking of which, Gil hasn't sent me any messages recently. He's focusing on his job and like trying so hard. I mean, he's probably really busy and it hasn't crossed his mind, which is a good thing. And you kind of want to hope that in every other route, when you're not in love with Gil, that maybe he finally goes and chases his dream and he gets this and he moves on with his life and he's just becomes a workaholic. He basically becomes Shelby and he's like, nope, and he just dies alone, but happy. You know, he's happy. He's like, I got to work for Carcraft Road and I did great things with my life. And no, I never got the love of my life, but it's okay because my job became the love of my life. You know, something like that. We can hope. I pick up my phone, but there's no new notifications. I'm sure Gil's just so busy that he doesn't have any spare time. Yet, he still makes food for us despite seldomly coming home. I open the fridge and, as always, find loads of cooked food there. Gil must have come back. Remember, you're supposed to be supporting his dream. But in the end, the only chores I can do are clean the room or wash and iron Gil's shirts. That's all I've got. You could meal prep for him, you know. Sometimes I make dinner, but Gil never comes back. That food ends up being my breakfast. I really hope Gil's taking care of himself. I wonder how his health is doing. But of course, I have no way of finding out. I haven't seen or heard him at all. I mumbled to myself that I felt lonely. Gil. I softly say his name as I lean forward into my knees. I had taken Gil's presence for granted. I thought he'd always be around. I thought I could hear his voice whenever I wanted. But I was wrong. Gil is a man with his own life. He doesn't belong to me. Not completely. Especially because you didn't tell him that you loved him. Because she doesn't really know that. I'm well over that single, simple fact. I had been spoiled rotten by Gil back then and even now. Now, I feel so alone. I finally understood what it meant to feel immense loneliness after voicing my feelings. I didn't know this before. I thought only humans felt lonely. I never knew how much this emotion would hurt. Even when I couldn't see Dad or Mom or Auntie, I never was in pain. Now, yeah, the loneliness that comes with love is kind of the worst. Like, you get lonely, you're like, oh, I just need people. Like, maybe I miss my friends or something, and you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna go grocery shopping and just chat with random and then you get your human fix. If you're just feeling that kind of lonely. But when it's like love lonely, it's totally different. You know what I mean? Like, when you're just like, I want that companionship, unless you have like a friend that's your cuddle friend. You know what I mean? That you're just like, come over, watch a movie and cuddle with me because I feel lonely. Like, unless you have a friend like that. You know? Like, have your girlmance or your bromance or whatever. Your friendmance like that, sure. But you know what I mean? Like, or when you're like in love with someone and you're like, she doesn't know that she's in love with Gil, but you're used to having them around and they're like just this presence, especially because then she was used to it and then he left and she was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then like now, because like her thinking about the past, like, oh, back then Gil was always taking care of me and oh, now it's like, yeah, but he left years ago. So, you know what I mean? Like he was like 2 years before. So you were used to like, oh, he's gone. Oh, okay, well that sucks, but it's all right to take care of myself now. Only now you're really feeling that loneliness and, oh my God, that missing and thinking even about 2 years ago because now you realize that you love him. You know, or she doesn't realize it, but she's starting to feel those feelings. Before you didn't, so when he left, you were like, oh, Gil's gone and that sucks. Good luck to Gil. And then it just didn't bother you because you didn't have those feelings. Now you do. So now you're like, oh, even 6 years ago when he used to take care of me. And it's like, girl. Anyway. Gil. I mumbled his name, but only silence answers me. Is he at work? And that day I was working late at the office again. It just like the other day, I was writing an article about the newly announced car model at the Los York Motor Show. Is this his work shirt? Look at it! Gil, honestly, tan is not your color. Oh. I was like trying to move it, but the thing won't go. I was like, why is I clicked B like a million times and it won't go down because he was still talking. Like, you shouldn't wear tan though because it matches your skin tone too much. It's got the red accents, but like the tan color is like you're almost naked. But like, props for like having the color blocking thing going on. Like, interesting. A 4-cylinder sleeve block. Additionally, the maximum output is an impressive 130 PS. The maximum torque is... LCI is gaining attention for the PA model 985cc inline 4 OHC engine. Wow, that's just a lot of random letters. Shit, stop. Hey, Gil, you should go home and prep for tomorrow's interview. Sorry, I'm almost done with this. Oh, wow, that's quite the piece you got there. Hey, no sneak peeks. I'm not done yet. Eyes are going to be all over it once you're done. Who cares if I get a preview now or later? I don't like showing my work before it's all done. That's the writer in you. I look forward to the finished product. Still, go home. We're the only ones here right now. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, it's 4 a.m., dude. What? I look around and notice that the office is completely empty. Seems I was concentrating so hard I didn't notice. Man, I wish that were the case. I'm concentrating so hard. I'm having such a blast at work that I don't notice the time instead of being like, It's 2 p.m. Okay, can I go home yet? It's 2:05. I'm constantly noticing the clock. Like, can I leave now? It's 10 minutes, but I'll just leave now. It's 15. I'll just leave now. Can I leave now? Usually most of us don't go home until around 1 a.m. Wait, it's already 2? We don't go home till 1 a.m. Oh my god, I hope you're getting paid overtime. Shit, no. Especially because it's not like, well, I come in late. I don't go in until the afternoon or something. Not even that. Like, how long do you go to work? You're working, like, we don't go home till 1 a.m. What time do you go in? Do you go in the middle? Even if you went in after lunch, it's still like a 12-hour workday. That's fucking bullshit. Holy fuck. Oh my god, no. Jesus. No, not unless you're taking like a 2-hour nap time in the middle of that. But even then, that's a 10-hour workday. And then you're like, well, we get an hour-long like pre-lunch, and then we get a 2-hour nap time, and then we get an hour-long dinner, and then you technically get 4 hours off. That's why your workday is 12 hours. I mean, like, okay. Still wouldn't want to be at work for 12 hours, even if 4 hours was flexi fun time, because, you just, like, you're still technically on the clock. Even if you're not getting paid for it, like, oh, in my 2-hour nap time, I can't just do whatever I want because you're on work property and you're going to be judged as if you were at work, right? You know what I mean? Even if you left, I go home. But, like, even at lunch, oh, well, we're not paying you for that hour. It's your own hour. Okay, I'm going to go get drunk. Well, you can't because then you got to come back to work. Then it's technically work's time. I'm just like, it's like I'm slacking off in a room for an hour. Like, that's why I just work through lunch so I can go home an hour earlier. Anyway. Oh, fuck, I forgot to read oh, shit, hold on. Okay, I look at the clock and realize just how late it is. Time sure flies when I'm writing. I'm so sorry. I'll head home right now. I have to hurry home so I can go to the laundromat. I think I'm almost out of clean underwear. I had every intention of washing them, but I just don't have the time. The laundromat. There's a washing machine in our apartment. I guess I have no choice but to pick up a 6-pack on the way home. I hurry up and prepare to leave. We washed his underwear for him, didn't we? When I tried to shove my laptop into my bag, I ended up dropping a ton of documents that were stacked on my desk. Oh, crap. I dropped some books along with the documents. They scattered all over the place. What's this? Oh, wait! I quickly tried to grab it, but it was too late. My coworker looked at the item and his eyes went wide. Oh, a love letter. Wait, there's more? Are you writing a book or something, Gil? What's going on here? Those words kept popping into my head. I was just jotting them down so I don't forget. Ugh, this is the worst. You should not read other people's shit. And if you do glance at it, you keep your mouth shut. You're like, oh, love letter. You should have been like, didn't see it. He even saw the letter I wrote that had been hidden inside my handbook. Gil, these are beautifully written. There's so much passion. Are you sure that these are just memos? Oh, okay, you're not making fun of him. You're giving him props. Okay, then it's okay. I mean, you still shouldn't read what someone else did, but... Very sure. Don't tell me that this happens at home, too. It does, but why are you asking about them? You know Outroad also has, like, Love Shack magazine, right? Like, whatever, I don't know. I felt so mortified about the letters that I started being curt. My coworker's eyes lit up and he grabbed me by the shoulders. Gil, let's put these in the magazine. What? These are just personal love letters. But these are so moving. They're amazing. You can tell that love is what's motivating you. These could be a game changer. We're writing for a car magazine. We'll serialize them in the magazine, then compile them into a book. Sure it'll be a hit. No, thank you. My love doesn't have a price tag. But it can and it should. Your love letters can make you famous. Maybe then your love won't be so one-sided. Ouch! Burn! Call the burn unit! How did you know it was one-sided? I can tell just by looking at the letter. It's true that I really want her to reciprocate my feelings. My coworker was spot on with how I felt. Now I kind of feel bad for Gil. Gil, your talent really shines when you're doing something you love. After all, you're the one who crafts love, you know? It's I'm sorry. I went to such a wrong. First of all, the lights, the skylights over there looks like it's daytime, but um hey, your talent really shines when you're doing something you love. Like me, when you're doing me, your talent's really gonna shine. I, my brain just went there. He said that, and I was like, "Sir, stop." I couldn't help myself. You're welcome. Now you can think of that. And my name has nothing to do with this. He felt embarrassed and looked down. Lovecraft. Someone who crafts love. People knew my surname. Everyone would think about LCI since we deal with cars. If people knew my surname, everyone would think about LCI. But he says you're the one who crafts love. He knows what your last name is. For now, no one's brought it up directly. Yet I get the feeling people know and are just ignoring it. They're being nice about it. Everyone's kind enough to avoid the topic. And because of that, I'm able to work it outroad without issue. Oh, since we're talking about love, didn't you say you were a Cupid Corps member at some point? Yeah, I was, but I quit a while back. Oh, did you? Well, I got a question. Which is? I heard some rumors there that I might have to ask for your help with. Anyway, just go home today. He taps me on the shoulder and passes the scattered love letters back to me. My coworker had a meek expression on his face, but he was more focused on my underwear situation. Interesting. I need to ask you about Cupid Core. Is this Mars secretly masquerade? It would have been funny if they showed Mars. Oh, anyway, next chapter, I can hear the bells? Yeah. The bright sun casts a dark shadow by my feet. I can hear the bells. Today I was out and about with Gil. Our days off happened to match up. Like, I'm so happy, Gil! It's been so long since we've seen each other. I was happy to spend time with him, but there's an awkwardness hanging in the air. Oh, he's wearing his work shirt. I was quietly looking into his eyes, but then I looked away suddenly. I don't know why I can't just talk to him like normal. We've always been comfortable with each other. I was never this nervous. Is it because we haven't seen each other in a while? But when we reunited at Cupid Corps, there was a 2-year gap. I really thought I could relax around Gil. He always put me at ease. Well, now he makes you tense because you kind of love him. Yet having Gil at my side makes me so happy. I didn't know I could feel like this. I couldn't help but laugh with joy. Apparently my laughter was contagious because Gil also started laughing. It's been a while since we got to spend time together like this. I'm glad you're doing okay. I was starting to get worried. I hope you're looking after yourself okay. You were worried for me? Of course, Gil. I even cooked dinner for you, just in case, even though you don't often come home. Oh, really? What a waste. I'd love to eat your cooking. Still, you were worried for me. I guess it's not too bad being so busy. He's looking at us with that sultry look on his face again. He's giving us the bedroom eyes. We know he really puts his heart and soul into everything he's doing, so, you know, it'll be an experience. Look, I don't hate Gil, okay? I just, not usually a fan of his character. Not Gil himself, but the type that he is. Like I've said, they've done him well. And I wasn't sure when we started this part. I'm like, is she really feeling for him? No, it's weird. And then it's like, he didn't say anything about his feelings. He just went off to his job. And then she started pining, and it was like, okay, all right. I was wrong. Yeah, like, it's just, she just didn't have a lot of those, or just, they didn't register enough in my mind where I was like, oh my gosh, she said so many instances. I'm like, she's had a couple where she's like, huh, strange feeling. And then just moves on, and it's like, now she's starting to feel for him. But he's at least kind of off doing his own thing, focused on that, even though he's pining away inside, but not. Oh my god, will you notice me? Oh my god, hi. Like, he still does the cooking, and that's his little, like, I'm still in love with you thing, but we don't get it. Like, you know? So, like, okay, I'm more on board than I was in the beginning of this part. In the beginning of this part, I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't hate Gil, but I don't know if I love it. But now, later, you're like, okay, I feel a little more with it. I'm more into it. Is Gil my favorite? Probably not. But, like, do I hate him? No. Like, solid middle of the pack, I guess. You know, he's not the bottom. I don't know if anybody's going to be at the bottom of the pack. Like, he might be at the bottom of the pack just depending on who we go through. And it'll just be because his normal type of character, I can't get over hating this type of character. Even though Gil is the exception to the rule. You know what I mean? And, like, but I do actually am enjoying his route more than, like, it's just, there's moments where I'm like, I don't know if I'm enjoying this. And then I'm like, no, I am actually. I don't know how I feel, okay? It's just me. It's 100, look, it really is me, not you, Gil. It's me, not you. It's a little bit you, mostly just because you're the clingy, needy character who's, like, obsessive and, like, whatever. And even though they're doing it really well in your route, if this was the first instance I dealt with this type of character, I'd be like, oh, okay, these ones aren't bad. Not my favorite, but, like, yeah, okay, all right. And then I saw some of the other ones that pissed me off. I'd be like, what the fuck? Why aren't you more like Gil? But I'm just so ingrained to hating them that it's hard for me to appreciate Gil as much as I should. You know, because he's not bad. He's a little sad. Or a little pathetic, Gil, but, like, you know. It's just... You know what? I've been you before, Gil, so I feel okay calling you out like that, because I'm calling myself out. Anyway. I want to treat you today, Gil. It's been a while since your last day off. Is there something you'd like to do or see? I mean, plus they at least drew him adorable, so... Something I'd like to do. Well, I'd like to get some exercise. I've been on desk duty way too long recently. Plus, I also feel like I can't 100% trust you, because I'm pretty sure... Isn't Gil Ryohei Kimura? And he's always shady fucking characters. Every single fucking game I've played with you, you've been a shady motherfucker, so... Like, that's not it. I think, right? Oh, good God. And we don't have our actual game tab the way I'm supposed to have it here. But anyway, and he's always, because he's Shiraishi, and he was Nicola, and he's Aki and Ayakashi Romance Reborn, and they are shady bitches! I love them all. I do. But they are motherfucking shady bitches. So, like, then you're like, oh, Gil, and you're like, I don't trust you. I think it's just that right off the bat, but anyway. I can't find the thing. Like, I can't find the thing on the Otome Kitten page. I thought I had it open, but I guess I really don't. Like, there it is. I thought I had it open, but, like, my guide fucked up and closed things. So I just wanted to double check because, like, yeah. Yeah, Ryo Hikamura. I was right. Like, for a minute I was like, wait, I couldn't think of his name. And I was like, right? He's, yeah. But you're always such a shady bitch. And I just, look, 3 out of 3 times that I remember your name in being in games. And you've been a shady bitch. So I just, now it's like 3 out of 4. I just can't trust you, Gil. So, yeah. You were also in Diabolic Lover. So that right there. Arthur and Icky Vamp. You were in Ayakashi Koiki Kyoku too? You're in that train wreck? Alright. There you go. Okay. I don't remember. Which one was Kasumi? I don't remember which one was which. Like, I don't, but okay. So, anyway. Okay. Actually, a coworker told me that there's a bouldering studio that just opened up on the shopping street. Oh God, are you... No, we're not doing rock climbing. We're not doing this. Shopping street? Do you mean 6th Ave? Yep, I've never tried bouldering before, but If there's a first time for everything. What do you say to climbing some rock walls? No, 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 no. Let's do it. I've always wanted to try it. Let's not. Because this is going to turn into... This is a trigger for me because this is part of what this character, the character that he is Luke from Tears of Themis, and I hate him with the passion of 1,000 fiery suns. I'm going to take a minute before we finish this part to everybody is like, oh my god, Luke is so great. I hate him so fucking much I want to light him on fire because he is the Gil character. Like, oh, Charlie friends, oh, I need to protect you. No, you're a fucking psychopath. Get the fuck out of here. But everybody thinks he's so sweet and wonderful and he's adorable. Look, just because you're voiced by Yuki Kaji does not mean you're sweet and adorable. It means you're probably a psycho because honestly, Yuki Kaji's got a knack for shady characters too. Or being like Finney in Black Butler. Like, look, I love Yuki Kaji to death. We love his voices, okay? He's amazing. But no, just because you voice his character doesn't mean I don't hate him. The only reason I don't want to stab him in the face is because you're voicing him. But otherwise, I still hate him. And I hate that I hate him because I love Yuki Kaji. But it's like, no, I can't. I hate this character. How dare you? I hate him so much. And one of the reasons I hate him, because in the very beginning, like, I'm not going to ruin Tears of Themis for you, but I'm going to ruin one of the fucking cards. Reading the story. Oh, let's go rock climbing. Okay. And then... It's not like, oh, careful. Okay, let me help you because I've done it before. It's the, oh my god, I need to climb up. I need to help you. You might fall. You might hurt yourself. Bitch, I got straps and harnesses and mats and the thing's 2 feet off the ground. Simmer the fuck down, bitch. I'm not gonna die. And he is the reason I hate characters like this because they're like, oh my god, I need to breathe for you. You're gonna hurt yourself. The whole fucking time, I was like, I nope the fuck out of finishing the card and I will not read another one of his card stories and I hate him with the passion of 1,000 fiery suns. Other things, why, but that just fucking set me off and I was like, I am done with this bitch. I am done with this fucking attitude. Like, I am gonna hurt my... It's not... Oh, be careful. You've never climbed a rock wall and you could hurt yourself. Legit. Hello. I could hurt myself walking down the stairs. So, fine. I don't understand. I don't mind you being like, oh, are you sure you want to do that? It's like, you've never done it before. You could hurt yourself. Just be careful. But I'm climbing and I have to be there with you. I have to hold on to you. Oh my god. Oh, and then we're such a damsel. He has to catch you. Oh, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm out. Like, no. No. You try to make it cute and love, and it's not. It just makes me so mad because he's so overprotective bullshit. You haven't been in my life how fucking long? How fucking long? And you think you're gonna come up in here and act like you know and you're gonna protect me? Bitch, I have been protecting myself for like half my fucking life where you weren't around. I'm not talking about Gil. I'm talking about Luke. Oh my fucking god, I hate it so much. I'm gonna go drink now. But this is why when I'm sitting here and I'm like, the Gil character, the type of character, and I hate it, it's because I'm still triggered by Luke. Because I played Tears of Themis, but I hate Luke so fucking much. I hate him so fucking much. And now you just triggered me again because I've been trying to be like, disassociate. Gil is not Luke. Gil is not Luke. Let's go rock climbing. Oh, fuck, now I'm triggered. Because that story pissed me off so much. We're at time, and I'm just going to finish this while we go to the rock climbing wall. Thank you for listening to my rant. And yet everybody in the Tears of Theme is saying, Luke is a precious, Luke is baby, oh, I love Luke so much. Vin is red flags. Excuse me? Step the fuck off my glasses wearing Jun Fukuyama voiced man, okay? Because he is perfect. For God fucking sakes. Jun Fukuyama voices a killer octopus. And I'd be like, stab me harder, Koro-sensei. I don't know. Like, I'm okay with this. It's Jun Fukuyama's voice. It doesn't matter what you put it in. I'm in love with it. If you didn't know that already, Jun Fukuyama whore. Anyway, so, you know what, but Vin is better. He doesn't hide that he's a little bit of a bitch, okay? He's straight up a bitch. Luke trying to act all sweet and innocent like he's precious. No! You get the fuck out of here. I didn't hate him at first. I was like, oh, he's my, like, least favorite because he's a little lolly boy, you know, saucer eyes. And I was like, oh, I mean, but, like, he's kind of cute. And then, like, there was just certain things that kept happening. And I was like, no. No. No, the way you act when other guys are talking, like, you're all pissed off and angry because they're smart, too. Vin's got 2 doctorate degrees. He rubbed that in Artem's face. And you know what? That was kind of funny. And it was a little salty. You're like, ooh, douche move, but kind of funny. Because everyone was like, ah. Like, they rib each other, but, like, Luke just gets pissed off when anybody else opens their mouth. So many things, but nobody... You know what? Okay, let's just keep playing this game and not talk about it. So fucking... Damn it! Damn it, this became a 10-minute rant on how much I hate fucking Luke in Tears of Thebes, but anyway, I do. Besides, today is a day for Gil. You're right, it's about Gil, who is not Luke, but this is why I'm triggered by his just general character trope. I would have answered in his favor, regardless of how I feel. Awesome. Shall we go then? If you try to protect me, I'm going to be triggered. Gil smiles and starts walking toward the studio. He told me we can rent clothes there, so there's no worries. Walking alongside him like this reminds me of our practice date. Back then, Gil was way too overbearing. It was super intimidating. But things are different now. He's a lot more subtle about looking after me. Plus, he doesn't constantly hold my hand. I mean, that would be nice if we were dating. We're not really right now, so. We're close enough that our shoulders almost touch, but we're still walking without holding hands. For some reason, I felt closer to him walking like this than I ever did when I held his hand. Interesting. Anyway, now we're at the end of this part. Okay, I'm really curious as to how the rock climbing thing is going to go, but we're going to save that for the next part. So, which I will probably record next, but be prepared that I'm going to get triggered by this. And if he's like, oh, I'll catch you. Oh, I'm going to see. This is 100% going to be compared to how Luke did it in Tears of Themis. I'm warning you now. Just be prepared. I'm going to be like, see? It was either, oh my god, I can never go rock climbing because I'm going to punch somebody. If somebody, you want to go rock climbing? Instant punch in the face just because. Like, if he acts like Luke. Or I'm going to be like, see, this is how you do it. You're like, oh crap, I'll protect. No, cool, you did a good job. And you actually, you know, don't act like I'm incompetent and can't handle it. Like, there's a way to go about it. Like, just be like, oh, be careful. Hey, do you need help? Like, because I get it. Luke has done it before. We didn't. But, God, he just... I'm done. I'm not done. I'm just going to go. I'll be back in 10 minutes. For you, it'll be 2 days. And I'll be back after I just have a fucking vent and find a shot of something. I don't know. My liquor. Where's my liquor? I don't know, but I need it. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.